The background is hepatitis C. Hepatitis C is about a 10% that you may acquire this cryoglobulin protein to go haywire. And I was one of the 10%. And slowly it started shutting down all of my extremities, and from my hands and my feet, until I couldn't use my hands. And then I went into the hospital at Johns Hopkins for 3 months until they could figure out what it was, and the diagnosis was Cryoglobulin type 2 vasculitis. And they did take care of the cryoglobulin finally by a little bit of chemotherapy, and that stopped the cryoglobulin protein, but the damage was done, and that left me with having to learn to walk and use my hands again, and a foot drop. I started off with gabapentin and Oxycontin, along with the other, terrible drugs that they're trying to deal with pain. At the hospital at Johns Hopkins, my pain level was so intense that I couldn't use my hands. I couldn't have people touch my hands or my feet. And they were just medicating it in the end. This is how I experienced to tell it. Have you ever fallen on the ground and slapped your hands so hard? That's the way it felt all the time. All the time. I mean, flamp. And it was just all the time. And even with the medication, even with the morphine. It's your body. You're trying to deal with something that used to work so well, and it doesn't anymore. And it hurts too much to use them. And am I ever going to use them again and be active and hold a child again, or, all those wonderful things that you really want. And the very first meeting that we had in the office, he suggested a spinal cord stimulator. I had never heard of it before. Nobody ever explained it. I didn't know what he was talking about. And he said, "You would be a good candidate." I said, "For what?" He said, "To remove some, if not all, of the pain." And I said, "Let's do it." They put me on my stomach, and every assistant around is caring to my needs, and they place this in my spine, and then they turned it on. And when the turning on happened, I said, "Oh my gosh, I can feel that." The tingling of this stimulator made the biggest difference in my extremities. And I said, "I think this is going to work." And Scott took every one of my fingers, one at a time, the back of my hand, the front of my hand, each digit, and made every one of them no pain. I'd like to do cross-country skiing again, yeah. But I really love bicycling. I love bicycling. And for me to grip those handlebars used to just drive me nuts. And now I don't have as bad of a problem. It's wonderful. Even to the point of his anesthesiologist that he had in the operating room, just the rapport with each one of his staff in the office and the operating room and the hospital, perfect, just perfect. And for him to send you on your merry way with a spinal cord stimulator and not see you for a while is wonderful. It's just wonderful that he would do this, because I didn't hear from it from any of the other pain management doctors.